Hello everyone, welcome to the Golden Wood, an area of Second Life here on mainland, which I believe at least its name is actually the Golden Wood. It has various different names throughout the area here, so I'm just going to assume it's called the Golden Wood because the stuff that I saw based on it was indeed called the Golden Wood, so... As you can see, it looks like another foresty area, which I always love forest areas here in Second Life. So we're going to be traveling around it. It's not a too particularly big place, so I don't think this will be a very long trip, but it definitely is a nice little area here, out on the mainland, which you always like to be surprised by. And here we're kind of in like the spring area of it, and they have this area over here that has a under construction sign next to it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to actually go over there and take a look at it or not. I'll make up my mind by the end of the video, I think. Maybe take a peek at it before then, because I didn't look at that before. And I call this a spring area because there is a autumn and winter area as well, so... Got a nice view here, with all these shiny bits of flowers and whatnot on the ground here, actually. Which they don't appear until you're looking by the bench, as you can see here. Looking at the bench, I don't see them, but when I'm staring from the bench, I can see them. Lots of lights in the trees. Kind of gives it a little bit of a fantasy feel, I guess, and you can already see some of the autumn trees off that way. And here we have a sign for the winter area that they have promoted. Probably was put up in December, it's January now, but obviously there's still quite a bit of snow and stuff around, so it still fits. So we'll be taking a look at that in a little bit. First, let's go ahead and take a further look around here. I think I'll go into the autumn area now, actually. Which this area does look very nice. There's a little bit of a stutter with the frame rate. It's a forest after all, and I also have advanced lighting on. But overall, it's actually not too bad, I don't think. Let me see if I can text refresh this and make this look a little bit better. That's not what I wanted to do. But okay. Oh, that tapestry is text refresh now at least, so we can see that. The actual ruin area itself is not, but I guess it'll probably come back in a moment. See some trees knocked over and whatnot that make bridges here, which is pretty nice. Nice bit of a drink here, sitting by a seat with a candle set. Seems more like the lounging area, perhaps, since there's a lot of more seats about. Also a bit of mist coming up from what appears to be a small stream going through here. Pretty nice. And we can see another gateway leading to this area over there. We might leave by that way, actually, perhaps. But over here we have a dancing area, actually, and once we get over here, I noticed earlier that all the sound effects cut off, as this is its own little parcel, I think. Since obviously they want to be able to hear the music stream and whatnot. But it's pretty neat they have a little section here for something like that. Actually, we have another way out that way, and we can also see a statue by a pond here. Lots of leaves in the pond. Also a nice little animation effect there of leaves dropping around the statue as well. I always like those little tidbits. Yeah, we have a massive waterfall as we go back into the normal forest area over here. See a little bit of that gateway I was talking about right there as well. Goes up really high, actually, and I think there's actually something up there, now that I take a look. This waterfall is done in a bit of an older fashion. It's still very nice. Yeah, there's definitely something up on this mountainside here, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Oh, looks like we have a shrine up here, actually. I think I accidentally caught on the light source that's around there or something. Yep, it does appear to be a shrine of some sort. We also have a small bridge off to the side here that leads to somewhere else also. A lot of mist below us. That's actually not something I see very often, is a misty bridge up in the sky like this. As far as I know, there's nothing underneath that mist either, so... Our Lady of the Mountain. And we can see another shrine of a sort here as well. Some mirrors on the walls as well. Very neat little place set up here. We can see a little bit of the area beside this as well, though it's pretty covered off. And yeah, there's nothing below us. I guess this may have been the parcel edge, and they wanted to do a neat effect below here that covers up the rest of the mountain range down below. Alrighty. Well, I think at this point we're actually about ready to take a look at the winter section. These are some nice flowers here, though. Very big, too. And there is a winter section actually right next to this, which is curious enough, though I don't believe that's actually part of the area of the Golden Wood here. As we have to actually go and reach the... It looks like there's a giant red butterfly in that tree. As we have to go and reach the sign that we saw before again, which I believe was off this way. There's also a nice little sitting spot up here in the tree. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Searching around for the teleport symbol here. It's not on the sign, it's not on the other sign that talks about teleport. I'm not seeing one show up on the tree stump here, or tree log. Maybe I have to manually do it. Aha, there we go. It's actually a multi-spot here, but just looking at a lot of these teleports, it looks like we've been to all of them. Okay, I let it load up there for a moment. This area looks pretty nice so far. Looks like there's a campfire going over here in this spot, though it looks like most of it's off behind us. I guess since they couldn't fit another spot there in the area that they had to do it above. But it works out pretty well because they have a lot of space to do a winter area right here. Really nice snow effect. Looks like the ground is frozen with a stream going through. Or not going through, I guess I should say. It looks like there's a little bit of water coming through, but that looks pretty icicled up. I do like the snow effect, as it does look to be actual snowflakes instead of just circles like I see often enough. Or maybe there is circles, but there's also snowflakes actually mixed in there. Not quite sure. See a deer over there with a nicely done antler set there. We got a little bit of green going on here. It looks like even some regular water right in the middle of it. You can see a source of the snow over that way. We have a nice little spot here that looks like it's a place to sit down and enjoy a fire at. Chandelier has some, I think it's mistletoe on it, but I'm not quite sure. There's some sort of skybox above us because I can see it with my draw distance, though it actually looks pretty neat because it almost looks like a moon up in the sky. Black with a blue ring around it. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and check out the last little area that we haven't seen yet and see if things are constructed or if it's still much a work in progress. So, I'll see you in a moment. Okay. So I went and took a look, and it actually looks like the place is fairly well made. So we are going to go ahead and take a look in here today. And it seems to have become night out since I was in the forest. But this area kind of works better that way because it's kind of a bit of a spooky area, to be honest. And you can see some of the misty areas as well along this way. I guess this is the hot spring that the teleport talked about. That was the only one I wasn't sure about when I saw it on there. See a little stream coming through here. And a thing dangling in the tree up there as well. So we'll go ahead and head back down here and see what's going on with this very misty house-looking thing down here. But as we get closer, we're going to actually see that the door is actually busted open. One side laying on the ground, the other side halfway off. The area suddenly becomes very kind of mystical. And there appears to be some sort of, I don't know if this is perhaps a grave or not right here as well, if a sword sticking into it. Spider webs. Almost ghostly looking things around in the sky around us as well. It appears there's some sort of altar here or something on those lines. Some clothing on the ground. The walls are washed with red. Definitely gives a strange thought to what could have happened here. But in any case, that will be it today for our stop at the Golden Wood. Very multi-parted. There's the regular forest area, an autumn forest area. Then they had a winter area above it, I assume. At least I'm pretty sure it's above this area. And then we have this area off to the side that sort of gets into a bit of an eerie almost look to it. In any case,